What's going on, guys? We know we had to talk about this topic. It's been sending shockwave through the FGC. Basically, Capcom has announced recently that Capcom Cup 12 or 13, whichever one it is, in Street Fighter League, the finals will be pay-per-view. And it has basically upset the entire FGC, or should I say more so the Western FGC, pretty much should say that. And a lot of people are basically not down with this and not really liking it. My perspective on it, I can only speak for me, but I kind of already saw this coming because of the fact that they went to $1 million from what they used to have, which I believe was like 250,000 for the first prize win at Capcom Cup, and now it's like $1 million. And when people saw the announcement, I'm kind of like, you know. It was kind of one of those things I looked at it and I said, you know, it's fine, because I knew this was eventually going to have to happen. Because when I look at it, I'm like, why did y'all think that this was going to be something that was sustainable for Capcom to do? For them to just constantly give $1 million every year to Capcom Cup. Like, that was never going to be something that was sustainable. So they were going to have to find some way to recoup some of that money. And not only they giving $1 million, they're paying for the venues, all the stuff that goes with it. And I think the Chris F did a good breakdown of basically they're probably spending $1 million for Capcom Cup, and then on top of that, probably another, I think it's like 150,000 USD for the place they're renting in Japan. But you can go check his video out. And I'm like, yeah, what did y'all think was going to happen? Of course, they're going to want to make some of their money back. They're going to want to find some way to offset what they're spending. It was never going to be just free. And I'm just like, welcome to esports. This is what you guys said y'all wanted. Y'all wanted everything to be esports and for you guys to make more money. Well, this is going to be the trade-off. And I'm like, this is business. And as much as the so-called FGC doesn't like this, to me, outside of Japan, because that's where they're seeing a lot of their big boost is from Japan, because over in Japan it has exploded. It's like insanely big over there. Here in these states, nobody cares about fighting games like that. To be honest with you, that's why I've been trying to transition the channel away from them as much. But because you can look at Tokido, you look at some of the Japanese players, and you look at their YouTube pages, and you start to see that these guys are getting 200, 500,000, some up in the millions. Dude, they're getting more views than Maximilian, and Maximilian is the biggest US streamer for FGC. And I'm like, they're obliterating him. And it's kind of just one of those things, like, man, people in America people in the West, I should say, just don't care about fighting games like that. And I think that's something that the American FGC needs to understand, because in Japan, they've been paying for it. They have no issue paying for the finals. And me personally, like, if you don't want to pay for it, then you could just wait a week and it's going to be a free vlogs that next week. They've already said that you either can pay to see it live, or you can wait a week and you'll see it, in a week. They'll put it all up for free. So to me, it's not that big a deal, but a lot of the community feels like you're kind of taking things away from them. And I'm like, this is, just being honest, it's business. Like, Capcom has to make a profit somewhere. They can't just keep giving away money and basically relying on sales of Street Fighter 6 and people to buy stuff. Like, eventually the well was going to run dry. And my personal opinion is, I'm fine with it. I don't really watch Capcom Cup like that anyway, so to me, if I had to wait a week just to see some matches, that's cool. But you guys let me know what y'all think. I'm trying to keep these videos short. Talk to y'all guys later. Peace. I'm out.